Music 24/7 on IndianaSRN. No DJs, no commercials, no repeat song every hour. Music 24/7 on IndianaSRN. Music from past decades and the top hits every day, 24/7. Listen to the weekly Top 20 every Saturday and Sunday. It's Music 24/7 on IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game.
So we're sitting here with the man, Tom Morales. If you want to build culture and grow your business the right way, take a page out of his playbook. You know, Tom's best strength is his ability to be available as a leader. And so I wanted to show you kind of his day-to-day as he walks the floor here at Morales Group.
But I also want them to understand that I'm never not there for them. For the company is a person we call our janitor. And so when we held them in that level of the high esteem and stuff, I think they realize that they're as important as anybody else in this company.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Your hauling or moving project has arrived, and College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving has you covered. Honest. Uniformed. Nice. Knowledgeable. Service. College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
I can earn that solo!
You see if I can get it?
Yeah!
Come on! What's wrong with you?
Being a man used to be simpler. You guard the cave, provide sustenance, honor thy name. A handshake sealed the deal, and a word was a promise. Today, things are a bit more complicated. We try to impress people we don't know by acquiring things we don't need. We have friends lists, but few real friendships. Things like integrity and kindness have fallen by the wayside. How can we know if we measure up when the scale is constantly changing? The Freemasons believe that a man's job is to be the best version of himself possible, to pursue truth and self-discovery, to give more and take less. We connect with our fellow man so that we may learn from each other, to challenge one another to live up to our highest ideals. We believe a man should be judged by his strength of character, his willingness to make sacrifices to improve both himself and the lives of those around him. For hundreds of years, the Freemasons have helped men find more meaning, to make connections with other men in a way that truly matters. For those seeking a deeper sense of purpose, a chance to make lasting friendships. To reach higher, to find more.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
A pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to High School Hoops on IndianaSRN. Tonight's contest takes us to Heritage Christian High School, where the 6-4 Eagles host the 6-6 Park Tudor Panthers. Hi again, everybody. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach Keith Myers. Both these teams come in with different paths to how they got here. For the Eagles, they're on a 2-game losing streak, though they are winners of 3 of their last 5. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they're riding a 4-game winning streak that features wins over Shortridge, Cardinal Ritter, and George Washington, to name a few, all on the road. In fact, as I bring Coach into the fray, all of Park Tudor's schedule this season features road games except for any neutral site contests.
Yeah, wouldn't that be a bummer? You're getting a brand new building built on your campus, and all of a sudden they said, oh, by the way, your next 21 games are going to be on the road. Coach, I hope you enjoy it. And they really have done a very good job taking care of that, Jimmy, because it is just tough night after night after night wearing that away uniform and just have no crowd that really likes you, because really the crowd is going to be against you the whole entire night. So, but Tim Adams have done a nice job getting this team ready. This team is a lot better than 500, I believe. They've had a little bit of hiccups in their schedule, but playing pretty good ball right now. And then they have a conference opponent this week as well in international school. Then they have a tough buff game. So this is this is a real tough stretch here for the Tudor.
Switching back to the Eagles, we saw them in their most recent contest back on Friday night, an 83-70 loss to Tinley that was a lot closer than that box score figured out. It was a 13-point loss by the end of things, but they had opportunities. I didn't get a chance to ask you this off air, so I'm going to ask you on air. You be as honest as you'd like to be. We mentioned during the broadcast we wanted to know what Coach Wallace had felt in that fourth quarter, why there wasn't more action from Miles Colvin in that quarter, and the turnovers were something they wanted to clean up. What, if anything, post-game when you talked to Coach Wallace did he mention to you?
We didn't talk about it. It lost, and you get that sense that's over, let's do something else. But I have talked to other coaches and in situations, and then I remember back when I was coaching, that's a strategy that sometimes will work. They fouled early, you missed, now you're in the ball game, and now you creep it up. But, it's still, to them, is still a loss. I think they played very, very well. Tinley was ready to blow them out of the gym, frankly. But Colvin got caught on fire. Wiggins caught on fire. And I think those are the two key players you got to watch tonight with Heritage Christian. How will they bounce back tonight from that loss on Friday night?
For the Panthers, this is a team that started the season losing 5 of their first 6 games, including an overtime loss to Avon, a 2-point loss to Lawrence Central, a 4-point loss to Southport. So right there in the thick of things in those contests, and since then, they've rattled off 4 in a row. What has changed for Park Tudor in that span?
First of all, they no longer play 4A schools. They're now playing opponents in 2A and a couple of opponents in 3A. So they got their tough schedule done. Now they still have Buff, which is a strong 3A school that we've seen play a couple times. They still have Chittard. But on the most part, it calms down for them a little bit. Conference play, and so you're looking at 1 and 2A schools that they're going to play. And it's a breath of fresh air because, you play those guys night out and night out and night in. You're a 2A program still. Very talented. Tough to play a 4A schedule when you're 2A school.
Well, we have a second with our pregame show. Time for one of my favorite portions of our broadcast, a look at Coach's keys to the game. Coach.
For Park Tudor, I think what they need to do is really watch and attack. They just need to go and attack and hopefully get their bigs in foul trouble. Make the extra pass and guard their big man. And the big man right away has got to be Colvin. For Heritage Christian, they have to rebound, open shot, and get the 50-50 ball.
We're going to step away here momentarily as they prepare for the prayer and the national anthem. Want to, while we have a second, to remind you that you can always be along for IndianaSRN's YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com, search IndianaSRN, click that red and white subscribe button. Also go to Twitter, search IndianaSRN, and give us a follow. All of our score updates, schedule changes, all that can be found on our Twitter feed as well as on the website at IndianaSRN.org. We'll step away and be back after this as the Panthers and the Eagles on IndianaSRN.
What's the number one misconception you think about Freemasonry?
Well, I think most people just think of Freemasonry as some kind of secret society, and you go with some of the rumors out there and so on, and they really don't understand who we are. They don't understand that we are a fraternity of brothers first, and our obligation is to take care of each other and our widows and orphans, etc. within our group. They don't understand what the fraternity part of Freemasonry really is. And that's the misconception that's out there. I think first and foremost of anyone that wants to join Freemasonry, I'd like them to know that it's really not a secret society. You may say it's a society with a secret because we have some handshakes and some passwords that you could easily find down in a library if you get the right book. Freemasonry is more, it's a brotherhood, it's a fraternity, it's a way of sharing common thoughts and everything with people of all different vocations that really understand of getting together on the level. Whether you're a judge or a police officer or a janitor, you're all on the same level when you're in a Masonic lodge room. And I think that's one of the greatest things, that you can sit with people of all vocations, but you have that certain thing in common, that you're all brothers.
Hey, it's Keith Myers from Indiana Sports Radio Network. Well, thank you that you're watching the game tonight on IndianaSRN. If you would like to know more information about IndianaSRN, send me an email, coach@IndianaSRN.org. As vice president of this company, we hope that you sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game.
You're watching High School Hoops on IndianaSRN. Back at Heritage Christian High School, let's take a look at the starters for both teams. First, for the visiting Panthers, at 6-6 on the season, at one guard, a 6'7" sophomore, number 2, Jermaine Coleman. At another guard position, a 6'4" senior, number 13, J.C. Glenn. At the forward slot, a 6'4" senior, number 15, Keyshawn Taylor. At the other guard, a 6' senior, number 20, Malachi Archie. And rounding them out, another guard, a 6' junior, number 24, Jordan Bowles. Head coach of the Panthers is Tim Adams, 38-21 in his third season at the helm of the Panthers. And for the host Eagles, 6-4 on the season is Heritage Christian. At one guard, a 6'1" senior, number 3, Bryce Riggle. At the other guard slot, a 6'2" senior and a forward. At the other guard slot, a 6'2" senior, number 12, Jack Belt. At another guard, a 6'4" sophomore, number 11, Miles Colvin. A 6'3" sophomore and a forward, number 30, Andrew Wiggins. And a 6'2" junior and a guard, number 31, John McLemore. Head coach of the Eagles is Warren Wallace, 6-4 in his first year as the lead man for Heritage Christian. And again, they are 6-4 on the season. Coach, I know we mentioned it in that commercial break. There's one other key you wanted to hit on.
Yeah, really. I think Heritage Christian has to control the tempo. We talked about that Friday night. I think they got Tinley controlled the tempo until they got it under control. And I think that's why they crept back into the game a little bit, because of all the little things that they did.
Eagles in the home whites, Tudor in the black road jerseys. Rebound is won and controlled by the Panthers in the first quarter tonight, brought to you by Morales Group. Good ball movement, early stages of this first possession for the Panthers. Archie controls left side. Like a zone look here to start.
Yeah, it looks like a 3-2, doesn't it?
Pass in the paint. Then they go right side for 3. That's good. Nothing but nylon. On the right side by the Panthers. Three 0. Tudor draws first blood. A little bit of pressure applied. McLemore able to secure it. Colvin trying to pick up where he left off on Friday night. That one long. Rebound won by Tudor. Quickly up ahead, Taylor. Extra pass. Right side, Coleman for 3. In and out. McLemore to the board. Trying to feed the hot hand. And Coleman out of the gate, Coach.
Yeah, if you could go up and down the floor a couple times, knock it down, you're in pretty good shape. Nice extra pass.
McLemore Matches up against this man-to-man look.
Oh, got to hit. Oh.
Riggle had a pump fake.
Got to face that basket.
Didn't pull the trigger, though. Miles, first real point guard duty tonight. Finds a look on the elbow. Pure. Miles Colvin knocks down the jumper. And, Coach, if that's something, if the mid-range is a part of his game he can consistently hit, that's going to add a whole nother layer to what he's able to do on the offensive end.
You bet. Archie with 2.
Malachi knocks that down, as Coach mentioned. 5-2 your score. Beautiful ball movement. McLemore left that way short. They'll reset things.
Again, I think he thought he was going to get contact and didn't.
Belt from the parking lot is good. Deadlocked at 5. Jack Belt showing off the range.
How about this? A little bit of slowing down, a little bit of pressure.
Little contact. Offensive foul's the call. Going to say Keyshawn Taylor lowered the shoulder. That'll be his first. The first on either team. Early thoughts on that call?
Let's watch the replay. Got the elbow. Got the elbow up.
Let him with the elbow and the shoulder.
Yeah, that's. Want to welcome you guys to the broadcast. I know my wife is watching tonight, and I know our good friend from Guerin Catholic is watching tonight. Bobby's always, Bobby's he's my president of my fan club, so that's why he's watching with the popcorn, the Coke, and all those things. Got the night off. Thanks for watching, Coach. Thanks for watching, my dear.
Thank you all around, everybody. Beautiful pressure applied by the Panthers. And I don't know if a timeout was granted. It was a timeout, a 30-second timeout. We'll stay here. Deadlocked at 5. Timeout for Heritage Christian with 5:40 to go in the first. Tonight's game brought to you by Alley Cat Gymnastics. Do you have a child attending a daycare or a preschool in the greater Indianapolis area? Are they interested in gymnastics or a Ninja Warrior class? Alley Cat Gymnastics is a mobile program that brings the fun to your child's school or daycare. Alley Cat Gymnastics provides all types of equipment and lessons to develop your kiddos' general gymnastic skills. We even offer Ninja for your little warrior. For more information, visit our website at www.alley, that's A-L-L-I-E, catgymnastics.com, or call us at 317-820-9484. Tonight's game also brought to you by Officially Human. Our foundational goal is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the fields and courts. Check out our website, officiallyhuman.com.
We want to thank all of our sponsors and want to thank you for tuning in tonight.
McLemore receives the inbound much cleaner
and
out of that timeout.
He was facing the basket this time.
I think you said something about that earlier.
Yes.
Waiting for a screen. Gets hit from Darren Cobb, who checked in during that timeout. Now Riggle has it. Matching up against Bulls. Great defense. Riggle to Cobb. Picked it up, might have walked with it. And it's a jump ball. Arrow will stay here. Took a big hop to get there.
Took a big hop. What surprises me is too much dribbling. Spread out the floor. Make those short passes.
Colvin catch and shoot 3 on the inbound. Bang, knocked it down with ease. Miles Colvin confidently with 5.
And then give Colvin the ball so he can score.
I wonder if it is the defense and the defensive prowess by the Panthers. Here's a steal. Let's let it breathe. Colvin hesitates. No, missed the layup. McLemore the board. Neal wants it. Panthers very fortunate. A rare mistaken transition by Miles Colvin.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go up and lay it in there.
I was going to mention that I wonder if it's the defensive prowess of the Panthers that's giving Heritage Christian pause with making those short passes.
They are quick. Make a good point.
Neal falling away off the back iron. Rebound 1, Wiggins. McLemore inside, had it stripped. Stay on this end.
You got to be a little bit stronger with the ball back down there. And then make yourself big. Spread that out. Spread those legs.
Cobb.
Good screen.
Seeing a little more movement without the basketball, as Coach alluded to there. Approaching the halfway point of this first quarter. Miles finds Neal. Now a screen, looking for the pick and roll. Not sure, Neil, who you're aiming to have primary point guard duties there, but got to roll with what is given to you. It's a foul on Archie. Be his first, second on the team. Eagles still clean in the foul department so far in this first quarter.
Well, we have all kinds of coaches watching us. From University, Brandon Laffman is watching us too. Hey, Coach. You owe me a phone call, by the way, too, Coach. Will you please call me? Thanks for tuning in tonight. See, I tell you what, coaches in the whole entire state of Indiana watches IndianaSRN.
McLemore, nice cut in too deep. No, he adjusts, can't finish. Rebound won by the Panthers. I was going to ask if, I guess I'm going to start returning your calls more regularly if I want to be called out on the air for
national TV.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess so.
Coleman from deep, his second triple of the evening. We're tied at 8. Official says my time.
McLemore's got a little bit of blood on his uniform.
We'll make an adjustment there quickly.
Yeah, he has to get him off the floor. If he has blood on the uniform, they have to clean that. He can change his uniform with the number with no penalty as well.
You'll have to remind me of this. Then what would be the situation where there would be a penalty involved if he has to change numbers?
Yes. There are all kinds of rules. I almost said stupid rules, but there's all kinds of rules that's in the rule book about that.
Colvin's triple off the mark. Archie, beautiful ball movement, right side, Bowles. Left the three short, and the rebound, Miles. He wants to push. Miles.
Oh, he traveled.
Offensive foul.
Cleared it with his hand, didn't he?
Out of the hand or the shoulder, one of the two. That'll be the first foul on the Eagles in this half.
I just like Tim Adams. I think Coach is getting his referee license because he had to whistle and he had to travel. His dad was a great official in the state of Indiana.
In the gene pool, I guess. I don't know.
Well, when you're a coach, you're an official.
Right. Well, yeah, but you have a different code of rules when you have the stripes on versus your suit or your polo. Out of bounds, last touch by the Panthers on that missed shot. Kyle will be the trigger man.
You know, both teams are really, really cold. I think defense has a little bit of that, but a lot of them just got to get their legs, got to get in the flow. There's no flow yet.
Yeah, the Panthers have shown the most confidence on the offensive end, but even then, you mentioned it's deadlocked at 8. The defensive side of the ball has been strong for both teams. Though confidence just seems to be lacking in some department right now for Heritage Christian. Neal tried to create separation, almost lost it. A backdoor cut by Cobb. It's kicked. Up ahead go the Panthers. No and one opportunity, but a chance for 2 points to be earned at the line. It'll send J.C. Glenn there. Foul is on Andrew Wiggins.
Again, a little bit too much dribbling on this end of Heritage Christian. Spread the floor. Find someone that will distribute the basketball to you.
Glenn is clean on that first free throw. He'll have one more. Breaks our tie at 8 apiece. Iron unkind on the second. It'll just be a 1-point lead. 4-0 run for the Panthers over the last 3.5 minutes.
You know, we don't mention this, Jimmy, but these are sectional opponents as well in the same sectional.
Didn't get a chance to hit on that in the pregame show, but you're exactly right, Coach. Housed in sectional 42. Dribble drive and a kick. Right side for 3 is knocked down. Makes it 12-8. Little contact there. Miles didn't get the whistle. Panthers in transition. Long 2. That's a 3. Excuse me. They're going to call a step-back triple there for Malachi Archie. He's now got 5 unofficially. And the Panthers have blown this open.
Now you need a basket. And you don't need a three. You just need a basket.
A 10-0 run by the Panthers. It's a great point, Coach. You got to stay patient if you're Heritage Christian.
And, with McLemore out of the game, there's not really that guy that wants to control the offense, wants to make that move. McLemore did that. This kid could do it, though, for you.
I would argue this is where you want the future to be. The keys to the car belong to Colvin. Pass inside and a hand check against Johnson.
Here he comes back in the game.
McLemore's good to go. Riggle comes in as well. A couple more ball handlers.
No cotton in the nose, so there wasn't the nose that was bleeding, so that's a good nose.
Quick in the corner to Dorsch with 20 in the quarter.
Now we know that kid can knock down three-pointers.
Excellent catch and shoot option for this Heritage Christian offense. Miles down the lane, tough layup off the mark. Final 5 seconds of the quarter. Coleman, catch and shoot, three. Got it.
Wow, he's got 9.
That'll end the first quarter. Half of the Panthers' points belong to Jermaine Coleman. And Park Tudor leads on the road after one. 18-8 your score over the Eagles of Heritage Christian. Stay with us. You're watching High School Hoops on IndianaSRN.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you can be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Tonight's game brought to you by KOA Campgrounds Holiday. Whether you're exploring the local area or hanging out in the campground, KOA Holidays are an ideal place to relax and play. There's plenty to do with amenities and services to make your stay memorable. Make your reservation now for the 2021 season. Give us a call at 317-849-1397. Located at I-70 in Mount Comfort Road, KOA Campgrounds Holiday. It'll be Panthers basketball to start this second quarter with a 10-point lead, and the second quarter is brought to you by College Hunks and Movers. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach Keith Myers. Coach, adjustment you'd like to see from the Eagles here in quarter number 2.
Too much ball dribbling, I thought, in the first quarter. Maybe work a little bit on pass, off screen, give yourself an opportunity to go off screen a little bit.
Archie tried a triple that went in and out. Rebound was tipped by the Eagles. It'll stay on this end.
What you do not want to do if you're Park Tudor is make Park Tudor let Heritage Christian put you to sleep, because they can catch you pretty quickly if they get on the streak of shooting the ball well.
Left side, 3 in the air. 3 off the mark by Coleman. Here come the Eagles in transition. Miles controls. Colvin sees some space. Ben Wilkerson off the JV team out there for the Panthers. Pass inside. Look for Wiggins. His shot won't go. Scoring drought continues for the Eagles, dating back to about the 4.5 mark of the first quarter.
You're exactly right, Jimmy. 4:30. Wow, look at you. We had a coach who kept that stat for us.
It's a good one to have, particularly if you're on the wrong end or the right end of that. It's good to have that metric in front of you. There's a nice runner that's made by Archie. Archie now with 7. McLemore pass inside. It's a turnover. Great defense by the Panthers. They've got a 3-on-3. Wilkerson hits the brakes, gives to Archie. Skip pass is stolen away. Up ahead to Riggle. They feed him. He somehow saves it. Right to McLemore. Back to Riggle. He'll go baseline. Pump fake. A lot of contact, and we'll head to the charity stripe. dove right in to Wilkerson. Riggle's first trip to the line to end the scoring drought. Off the mark, free throws were a struggle for the Eagles in that loss to Tinley back on Friday night.
Yeah, under about 60%. You want to shoot about 75, 80%. Well, actually, you want to shoot 100%, but I'll take 80.
There's the coach. had to shake off the cobwebs.
You waited for
there.
a second. Yeah, you've been away from it for 10, 12 years, Coach. Come on now. You want 100%.
More of a realist view there for you with your first answer.
See right here, off screen, you got to go to the basket.
McLemore.
See, he's got a feet.
He would have spun in, might have had a play.
That's great defense by Park Deer right there.
All around. Colvin back to John. Feeds to Belt. And a moving screen's going to be the call.
That's going to be on Belt.
Be Jack's first.
And it's just the quickness of Park Tudor that it just really has caused you to have fits down here. Team's third.
Well, we mentioned it when you were calling for those quick passes they like to utilize. It seemed like that the poise of the Panthers defensively was giving worry to the Eagles to make those passes, and they've really yet to recover offensively.
I think that's right on.
Spinning, hanging, in and out. Shot off the mark there for Glenn. Here come the Eagles, trying to end this drought. Colvin had 38 on Friday night, scoreless here. Make that correction. Colvin does have 5. But is a part of this drought right now with the rest of the Eagles. It's a loose ball. They'll say last touched by Belt. That's interesting. There were 3 Panthers in the area. They'll say Belt had tapped it before they were able to get a hand on it.
You know, the drought started at 4:30 in the first quarter. Look at the score clock right now. That is a long time without a basket.
No free throw, no three-pointer, no two-point basket, nothing for the Eagles in that span. They're fortunate to only be down 12.
Yes.
It's not like the Panthers have played lights out since then, but if you know anything about high school hoops, a lead like that can only grow if you're not careful. Miles some space, and I think he just lost his footing. He thought he was going to get a contact whistle there. It never came, and he fell to the deck. Aggressive drive, and that might have been a frustration foul by Colvin. He tossed the basketball into his bench. And then for Miles' second.
Yeah, I think it is frustration. Come down here. I don't know if there was contact or not. I think if it was incidental contact.
So now you'll send the freshman Ben Wilkerson. We believe that to be the freshman. The numbers that Park Tudor sent us going into tonight for varsity and JV. The only 3 on the roster is Wilkerson. So I apologize to the Park Tudor Panthers if
we are mistaken.
Incorrect. I'm just going off of the intel that was provided to me. Splits the pair there. Rebound, 1 inside, block by Colvin. Fights for the board and gets it. What an incredible defensive effort there by Miles. Let's get past to McLemore and just too high for him.
They spud him up. You got to play under control. That's maybe the sophomore mistake right there. Trying to do it all. Just play your game. Your game is good enough.
And if you're Miles, you're probably thinking to yourself, man, why couldn't McLemore just catch that ball and keep it in bounds? There's a layup up and in.
23?
By the Panthers. It goes to J.C.
13.
Glenn.
Yep.
his first field goal of the ball game. Had a point at the foul line earlier. Largest lead of the game continues to grow at 15, 23-8. Nice drive by Dorsch. Got his own board and one. Jonathan Dorsch. My goodness.
He worked hard for that one.
Didn't know Dorsch had that in his arsenal. Grabbing the rebound, getting a second chance at it, putting it back up with some contact. Old-fashioned three-point play opportunity upcoming, and that ends the drought that lasted about a quarter and a minute plus.
Yes. Tell you what, Park Tudor just keeps on bringing players in, don't they?
Revolving door. Hey, they were reminding the Panthers where the scorer's table was, I think.
Yes.
Dorsch can't convert the three-point play.
Now, if I'm a coach, I'm frustrated with that because, again, you froze my shooter for 15, 20 seconds. Can't you say that when they're on the line and give my player the ball?
I'm with you.
The way I shot free throws, I couldn't shoot free throws anyway. I hit air balls or everything else.
Though the gentleman that was sitting in your chair during the JV game called it good gamesmanship, but I understand, though. That guy left. I don't know where he went. Layup down low with some contact. He'll shoot some free ones. It'll be J.C. Glenn going to the line. Fouls against Jonathan Dorsch, his first, the fifth by the Eagles. Glenn, a 6'4 senior, will shoot two. First one rattles home. 4 points for Glenn. Jermaine Coleman, after a red-hot first quarter, back in with 9 for the Panthers. 14-point game. Glenn trying to make it 15. Off the mark. Rebound to Neal. Make that Wiggins, excuse me. McLemore gives to Belt. Trying to get into an offensive rhythm. We mentioned just one field goal since the 4:30 mark of that first quarter. Almost a turnover there. Very lackadaisical right now, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, just it's a Monday night, isn't it? You can tell they haven't had practice.
Colvin for three. Got them all.
Wow.
Miles' second triple of the night. He's got 8.
Gotta love him. Sophomore. Going to be a lot of fun watching him.
11-point game, Coach. Where's your target mark if you're the Eagles, where you want to have this down by in the next 2 minutes?
At least I need 5 more points and no more points for Park Tudor.
So a 6-point deficit is what you're hoping to get.
I think that would be correct.
Inside the 2-point line, inside the 3-point line, off the mark. Rebound, though, won by the Panthers. Layup won't go. Last touched by Coleman.
A lot of contact there that was not called. And, again, you got to be aggressive if you're Heritage Christian. You can tell that they are just maybe a step a little bit behind. And I hated to play on Mondays because I never had time to prepare for Monday games.
Well, you're jumping right back in. It's one thing if you're a person that the Garfield effect, if you will. You're hating your Mondays with the school day, and then you're like, oh, man, no practice, and I can go out there. Some view it as an escape. Others view it as, man, I'm just sluggish right now. I'm trying to get into my flow. There's a no problem with flow 3 for Jack Belt, his second of the quarter. 8-point game just like that. And that's the really impressive thing is that as rough as things have been, it's single digits right now.
Yeah, you're down by 8.
I don't care what level you're at. If you go a whole quarter and chain without scoring anything, to only be down single digits is very fortunate. Risky pass stolen away, well read there by Cobb.
He's got him open in the wing.
Has Belt for 3. Left it short. Cobb trying to get the board. Last touched by, I believe, the Panthers. Let's see. No, they'll say it was last touched by Heritage Christian.
Good look at Tim Adams, third-year coach at Park Tudor.
38-21 is Coach Adams during that time.
Man, we have some great coaches in the state, don't we?
Very
really
fortunate.
Kind of neat.
Not to play favorites, but I would even shrink that down to just the central Indiana area, how fortunate we are of the talent that's there.
Got a foul off ball here.
Going to go against Ronald Johnson, I believe. That's his second. So the Eagles a chance to make Coach's goal come true. The target score was a 6-point deficit. They trail by 8 with the basketball. 35 seconds to go in this first half. McLemore walks it up. Gives to Cobb. Cobb contorting his body up and under and scores.
That's a weird way to score, but it worked for him. And now you're down 6.
Can they get the stop you were looking for? A 5-0 run. A little extension of the arm there. Put back, no. Third chance, won't go. Rebound, Eagles. How about that, Coach? There you go. A 6-point game as the Eagles close on that 5-0 run. I want to remind you that the second quarter is brought to you by College Hunks and Movers, also brought to you by Summers Heating and Cooling. When you're looking for proud to professional service, you can find the experienced team you need at Summers Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We are family-owned and operated and have dedicated our trade to providing customers with the phenomenal service they need and the satisfaction they deserve. Summers Heating and Cooling. Also brought to you by Burntner Electric. We do more than service repairs. We also wire new homes all around the Indianapolis area. You can ask your builder to use Burntner Electric, Inc. when you build a new home. For free estimates, call 317-565-7779, Burntner Electric. Coach, some final thoughts real quick heading into the halftime break. A little bit of momentum for the Eagles.
Momentum for the Eagles, good thing. You played not a very good first half, but you're down 6. You're at home. You got to feel pretty comfortable. I look for them to push the pace.
The last stat I want to leave you folks with before the intermission. It was 18-8 in favor of the Panthers after that first quarter. The Eagles would go a quarter and change without scoring a single field goal. They won that quarter 10-6. So we got a low-scoring affair on our hands. It's going to be a fun one on the other side. Stay with us. Third quarter coming in just a few minutes. You're watching High School Hoops on IndianaSRN.
I am Heritage.
Heritage Christian. We are Heritage.
I am Heritage.
We are Heritage.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 160,000 participants here in Indiana who take part in high school sports.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
Hey Mom and Dad, make me proud today. I'm playing a sport I love. I'm probably not going to be pro, or who knows, I may not even play in college. It's a game I love, and my teammates in our community want you to show good sportsmanship. Rude or verbally abusive behavior will not be tolerated today. Instead, cheer loud and be proud of our performance. Be a good role model, and please have fun watching us play. Thank you for practicing good sports momship and sports dadship today at my game.
You got a broken door, trapped car, you can't buy time.
We take it very seriously and take pride in being responsive.
We have all of Central Indiana covered from Martinsville,
Avon, up to Anderson,
to Cicero.
There's always somebody in your area.
It's important that we're able to get there, same day, because people's time is valuable.
On our trucks, we carry just about everything we need to fix a garage door right then and there.
Sunshine, rain, or snow, we're good to go.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
Welcome back to IndianaSRN's coverage of high school hoops. Jimmy Cook alongside the coach Keith Myers. At the break, it's a 6-point advantage for the Panthers, as you see on your screen, them working through warm-ups. Coach, what type of adjustments do you want to see from both teams in half number 2, starting first with the Panthers?
Park Tudor has not played bad, just a little sloppy off and on a little bit. So, kind of control a little bit more passes, be more aggressive. I think if you go to the hoop, draw a little bit more foul trouble for them. For Heritage Christian, what they really just need to do is get in a rhythm offensively and be ready to go. With that, Jimmy, I'm surprised they're only down by 6. As we talked off air, Park Tudor really could have slammed the door shut on them early, and Heritage Christian's defense has really stepped up. As you notice that Heritage Christian just walking off the floor. So Coach Wallace is trying to make a point here.
We're going to step away. When we come back, we'll have the start of the third quarter. It's Park Tudor by 6 over the Eagles of Heritage Christian on IndianaSRN.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
Your hauling or moving project has arrived, and College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving has you covered. Honest. Uniformed. Nice. Knowledgeable. Service. College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving.
Tonight's game brought to you by Alley Cat Gymnastics. Do you have a child attending a daycare or preschool in the greater Indianapolis area? Are they interested in gymnastics or a Ninja Warrior class? Well, Alley Cat Gymnastics is a mobile program that brings the fun to your child's school or daycare. Alley Cat Gymnastics provides all types of equipment and lessons to develop your kiddos' general gymnastic skills. We even offer Ninja for your little warrior. For more information, visit our website at Alley Cat Gymnastics. That's ALLIE catgymnastics.com, or call us at 317-820-9484.
Our producer is a little ninja. Did you know that?
I did not.
Oh, yeah.
A little ninja at Alley Cat Gymnastics, or a little ninja?
So. I think he's in that class.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that he's in that class.
Is that like a a fantasy football loss where you have to go attain a black belt at a young.
He showed off his black belt today. It looked like it was a regular black belt, but it was a black belt.
I think there's a slight difference there between the two. They're going to call a carry out of the gate as the Eagles started with the basketball. It's either carry over the back, or it's not over the back, over and back. I was going to say that the Eagles start with the basketball, but since they've given that away, we'll look at the Panthers with the basketball in this third quarter, and it's brought to you by Piper Logistics.
You are the man.
Thank you. Right back at you. It's going to be one of these times where I forget, and you'll be right there.
Oh, they just called an offensive foul.
I don't know if that was a makeup call or which, but they got Bowles with an offensive foul, as Coach mentioned. That's his first on either team. I want to see a look at this. I didn't see any contact. Okay, a little push, and John McLemore.
And the Emmy.
With the Oscar, Emmy, Tony, whatever you want to go with.
The SRN Emmy goes to
I think that's still copyright, even if you say Emmy.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Sorry.
I mean, we're not going to get penalized, but you can't just stab IndianaSRN on there and roll with it. There's a floater by McLemore off the mark. How do you like these first two possessions by both teams? I didn't think so.
Not very well at all.
Sloppy all over the place. Eagles still fortunate. They're down just, I was going to say down just 6, but you left Coleman wide open. And he made you pay. Now has 12, all from downtown.
Yeah, and you didn't go up and pick him up. He was wide open. You got to pick him up. You got to put a hand in his face.
He sat there, thought about it for a second, then thought about it again. Still nobody there. Finally, by the time they come, already halfway down and through. McLemore trying to move it around the horn. Looked like they were trying to get to Colvin. Now waiting for more movement. Miles, thought it might be a pick and pop there. Belt finds Colvin cutting, and he threw it down. What a beautiful play by Belt to Miles, senior to sophomore. Miles with 10, 7-point game.
You know, the flush was nice, but what really made that play, give and go. You went to the hole.
Great movement without the basketball. Know how big a fan you are of that.
Oh, I love it.
7-point ball game. Coleman.
Help him.
He initiates. Great defense by Belt, but a foul. It'll be Belt's second. Look at the fouls. Belt with 2, Colvin with 2. Only 2 in precarious territory. On the other side, C.J. Thompson with 2 and Ronald Johnson with 2. Coleman gets his first non-3-pointer to go.
Pure shooter right there because, man.
Shot couldn't make up its mind there.
Rim loved him.
Sometimes the rim giveth and the rim taketh away. That time he was fortunate, makes them both.
It always gave it away for me, Jimmy.
Take it away.
It always took it away.
He knocks both down. He's got 14. The lead is 9. Wiggins forced it over to McLemore. Back to Andrew.
Get out of the corner.
Wild pass to Colvin. It's tipped. I believe it'll stay on this end.
Now, Jimmy, you know, from one end of the court to across, that's a tough pass. Shorten that pass up a little bit.
It's also very tough with a one-handed pass in the corner.
Well, you know, as a freshman or a junior, maybe a JV game, you can get away with it. Not in varsity basketball. I mean these kids are too talented.
I mean, you have to be very precise with it to get away with it. You're exactly right. It's very tough to get done in game. Colvin waiting for some movement. Eagles down by 9, if trailed by as many as 15. Miles almost lost it. He did lose it. And they'll exchange it right back. Turnovers galore for both teams in this third quarter. McLemore fouled on the floor. You never know nowadays.
Well, after Friday night's consideration, you're right. You know, I showed that to a couple of my buddies as officials, and they go, really, you counted it? I said, 1 1,000, 2 1,003.
Great call.
Yeah, you NBA dude.
Colvin's hand checked.
Yeah, I got to get your hands off of him.
By Glenn.
I got him as his first.
Quick pass to Colvin, all alone in the corner. Was it blocked? It was rejected. Returned to sender by Glenn, I believe, who had the rejection. Coleman all alone. Nobody got shooter. That hits the top of the backboard out of bounds to the Eagles. Dodged a bullet there. What an effort there defensively by Park Tudor.
You know, if we're going to get to 60, we need to
combined.
Well, I know we need to start firing up. Johnny Hero picked this 61-54.
So the pace that we're at right now, I'll take 40. Wiggins finds Belt. Good hesitation all the way and scores.
I like Belt's game tonight.
He's got 8. Been very efficient for those 8 points, 7-point game.
Got to play defense now. A game like this, though, a 5-point lead seems like you're up by 15 or 20.
Well, we saw when it was actually 15 and it felt like it was 30. So the way they're cutting it, they're getting there, but in need of a couple more stops. Archie gives to Bulls. Matched up with Riggle. Now they send a double team. Somehow gets around it and a timeout taken. Eagles are fortunate the Panthers called that timeout. No signal from the official yet. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll stay here. 4:05 to go in the third. Panthers by 7. Tonight's game brought to you by Chimney Solutions. Look no further than Chimney Solutions, Indiana. Since our very first customer, we've been committed to delivering the highest level of customer care and the most professional and reliable chimney and fireplace services. Our technicians are expertly trained and certified by the Chimney Safety Institute of America, so there's no aspect of chimney or fireplace service, installation, repair, or troubleshooting we can't help you with. Give Chimney Solutions a call today at 317-757-6979. Also by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is your local full-service John Deere dealer. Browse our selection online or come in for a test drive. Get in a yellow seat today. Equipment built to last that allows you to save big. 12501 Reynolds Drive, Fishers, Indiana for Reynolds Farm Equipment, or give them a call at 317-849-0810.
I was in one of those tractors the other day shoveling some snow. I like those yellow seats.
You know what I did the other day?
What's that?
I got out and shoveled it like a man, Coach. That's what I did. Some manual labor.
Wow. 60-28. Makes a big difference.
26.
Okay, thanks.
Got even more youth on you.
Thanks, son. Appreciate it. Just call me Dad.
Aggressive drive is set back. Rebound taken by Colvin.
But don't call me Grandpa.
Not on air anyway. Wiggins shot off the mark. There's a rebound for the Panthers.
Set them there.
It's a track meet. Archie, offensive foul. Malachi thought he had an and one. Instead, sliding in to take the charge, I believe, was Jack Belt.
This is a great play right here. Belt. That's a good call.
Calm, cool, like a statue was Belt.
I still would like to see the arch in the game. Still would like to see the arch underneath there. Makes it a lot easier for the officials.
Of course, we'd have to know then, was Belt in the restricted circle or was he outside it?
But it makes the game it makes that call easier.
From a visual standpoint,
yes.
I agree. Colvin to Wiggins. Nice drive and score. Wiggins' first basket of the game. What a time for it. The closest that the Eagles have been since it was 12-8 back in the first quarter.
They are down just by 5, Jimmy. They've just muscled back.
They put a vice grip on this one. There's a hand check call. Some clapping there by Ronald Johnson. Fouls on Colvin, his third. 2 more before he's DQ'd. Let's see how they decide to play it. They will take Miles to the bench. So ordinarily you'd say bad move. Where's the offense going to come from? But he's had 10, but it's been a quiet 10. They've gotten.
Well, George is on the floor. Belt's on the floor. That helps you a little bit with the offense.
Glenn is another charge. No, this time it's a blocking foul and 1. J.C. Glenn to the hoop. And a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. Darren Cobb with the foul.
Here we go.
I think the feet are moving a tad there. That's close, though. It's not a bang call.
Well, he left his feet, and he's got the right to come down without any contact, and he did not come down without contact.
Rebound Wilkerson. Tough break there. This could be a 4 or 5 point possession for the Panthers. Boy, could they use it. If you're an Eagles faithful, you're just hoping for a stop here with no further damage. Archie, skip pass to Johnson. Trying to put Belt on skates. Get some separation, not that time. Belt wins that matchup, gets the board. 2:20 to go in the third.
Come get the ball.
McLemore in trouble, almost 5-second counted, and a timeout taken by Heritage Christian. 30-second timeout, that's their last 30. We'll stay here with 2:14 left to go in this third quarter.
Don't forget tomorrow, basketball. Girls sectional starts basketball season tomorrow. We're in sectional 27 and sectional 59. Check out our website on IndianaSRN.org. Doubleheader on Tuesday, doubleheader on Friday. Lots of games in store for you. So check out sectional basketball tomorrow night right here on IndianaSRN, starting at 6 o'clock right here on Family Networks, IndianaSRN, where you're always in the
game. It's crazy to think about that it is already February 1st, and
you know what?
Girls sectionals are upon us.
You know what tomorrow is? Groundhog Day.
That was going to be my guess.
Yeah. Going to take my pet groundhog out and see if he sees the shadow tomorrow.
Your own Puxatawny Phil, that's what we're doing?
Johnny. That's what we call him, Johnny. We used to call him Jimmy, but we got a Jimmy working for us now, so we call him Johnny.
That's good. How has he adjusted to the name change?
He's okay with it. That's good. He still eats grapes. He's okay.
Belt, the trigger man, gets it in quickly to Cobb. They trail by 7. Had it down to 5 just a few possessions ago. And now a foul away from the basketball, I believe, on Glenn. That's going to go against Ronald Johnson. That'll be his third. Correction there to your scorebook. Lob into Belt.
Oh, and no.
Riggle, I think, thought that Cobb was going to be waiting in the wing. Instead, he came around the corner, and that's thrown into the bleachers. A.J. Neal set to check in.
I don't think Cobb came in. Did he come in?
I think they just subbed out. I subbed him out for Neal.
No, okay. Thank you. Just a little bit of water on the floor.
A little moisture they want to take care of.
Nice job. It's really good when the assistant coaches start clapping for you. His wife caught him now, so he can do that at home, sure.
And morale must be at a certain point where we're applauding the assistant coach. There's a beautiful find down low, and the basket is good. Give that to Keyshawn Taylor with the bucket. And now a turnover by the Eagles. Things starting to unravel here in the third. One more look at this play. Back to live action. I heard a whistle. Foul's going to go against Wilkerson. That'll be his third. 6th on the team. Any fouls the rest of the way by the Panthers will be 1-1. I didn't see what had happened, so I don't know if they're checking on Neal, if there was an altercation. I'm not sure.
I don't see the stoppage at play.
Belt adjusts to find Riggle with 90 seconds to go in this third quarter. Belt, I thought he was going to pull that from the volleyball line for a second.
I really thought he was too.
Contorts his body down the lane. No. A lot of contact there. They say play on. If you're the Panthers, I wonder how deliberate you're going to be here. Almost a turnover. Coleman matched up with Belt. Now Archie. 1 minute left in the third. Maybe holding for one. I mean, they're standing still a great deal. Never mind, not holding for one. Coleman for three. Left it short. Might have forced that one.
Got to get a good shot here if you're Heritage.
McLemore has a one-on-one. Tried to go baseline. Shut down quickly by Archie. Dorsch. Now Neal will reset things. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Can't find Riggle. Risky pass. Neal down the lane. Scoop layup. No. Dorsch tried to get the rebound. Coleman out ahead with it.
Right idea.
Catch and shoot three. Way off the mark. Rebound got to be an over the back call against the Panthers. Indeed it is. That'll go, I believe, against Coleman. Nope, it'll be Glenn instead. That's his second. 7th on the team.
Yeah, it should be bonus time.
We'll walk it down the other end for a 1-and-1 with 10 seconds to go in the quarter.
Yeah, now, fourth quarter, you're looking forward to it. You're at the free throw line every single foul.
Anytime you can get points with the clock stopped, particularly if you're trailing, if you can be effective at the line, which we've seen the Eagles struggle a bit, it can help you get back into a ball game.
Now, with 10 seconds to go, in essence, if you knock down both of these, you're in pretty good shape. I got McLemore for his first point of the night.
As do I. Little offense-defense sub there. Wilkerson will check out. I believe Jordan Bowles checks in for him.
Watch the fast break.
You don't want a knockdown triple by the Panthers. McLemore makes both. 7-point game.
Got to stop the ball right here.
5 in the quarter. With 3, skip in the corner. Coleman, catch and shoot, knockdown. Jermaine Coleman, they lost him. He's got 17 to lead all scorers, and the Panthers back ahead in front by double figures at the end of 3. Don't go anywhere. That third quarter brought to you by Piper Logistics. We'll have the final quarter up next to High School Hoops on IndianaSRN.
More fixing, more finding, more being original. Unique like this, trendy like that. More designing this, arranging that. More saving, and then more making it happen. More of your space looking like this, and more of you feeling like that. More excitement, more savings, more furniture, more rugs, more flooring. More affordable luxury from RG Decor.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back at Heritage Christian High School for the start of the fourth quarter. The visiting Panthers on top of the Eagles by 10, 36-26. This fourth quarter is brought to you by your Indiana High School Athletic Association. Eagles will have the basketball to open this final quarter, down by 10. Coach, what are your keys to victory for both sides?
Well, right now, if you just look at what Park Tudor wanted to do, they wanted to check their big man, and they definitely guarded their big man. They're not scoring much. The extra pass, I think that is happening for Park Tudor. For Heritage Christian, I don't think you got into the pace that you want quite yet, and they're not rebounding well, and the 50-50 balls have went Park Tudor's way tonight.
Are you ready for the mind-boggling stat of the evening, as I believe the Panthers started the quarter with the basketball? Are you ready for the mind-boggling stat of the evening?
Help me.
How many points a game do you think the Eagles are averaging coming in?
I would think about 54.
63. They now have 29 after that triple from Neal, but well below that pace right now. Panthers defensively, we should have pressed on this more than we did in the pregame show. A little Euro basket, no. Nice board for Dorsch. They're only giving up 48 a game. Neal, 2 in a row, same spot, same result. A.J. Neal back-to-back threes. And just like that, it's a 4-point game. Just what the doctor ordered.
This game never ceased to amaze me.
6-0 run. Neal, no points until those last 2 triples.
Aren't you glad they put the 3-point basket in many, many, many years ago? Mm-hmm. Made it so much funner.
Every time I'll accept it. Anytime I watch the 30 for 30 survive and advance, as there's a triple by Coleman, he knocks it down.
How about how many does he have? 6 tonight?
20 for him. 6 triples. But in that documentary that talks about Jimmy V and his life as the coach of NC State, they talk about how the NC State players, like the second or third year for some of them, they added the 3-point line. Like, suddenly I'm a 3-point shooter now. You didn't know what this was, and now you're playing it to your advantage. No, probably the best invention in the game was the addition of the 3-point line. Jump ball, tie-up, held ball. It'll stay on this end. Miles Colvin back in the ball game, playing with 3 fouls.
I must apologize to saying funner because it is not a word. My wife taught English, so I know I'm going to get an English lesson.
You have to deal with that when you get home.
I'm not. Exactly right. Thanks for helping me out.
Belt catch and shoot 3. That one's long. Dorsch tried to get the board, and it's won by the Panthers. The lead is 7. Panthers with the basketball. 2 minutes gone by in this final quarter. Johnson. Nice crossover. Panthers don't seem, wait for this drive to happen. There's some body contact. I was going to say Panthers don't seem as free-flowing on offense these last couple possessions. Eagles doing a solid job defensively prior to that foul. It'll be the 4th on the Eagles. They still have 2 more fouls to give. And that 3rd foul would put them over the limit.
Watch the backcourt cut here.
Archie gives to Johnson. They'll reset things. Can't forget about Coleman. Somebody's always going to have a body near him.
And they're just going to hold the ball.
This is classic Park Tudor.
Play man-to-man. We can beat you off the dribble.
Glenn gives over to Archie. Reminds me back to the 9 or 10 years ago, the Coach Ed Schilling days, the Park Tudor back-to-back state champions.
Yogi Farrell and the boys.
Yep. Trayvon Blewett.
Ed Schilling made a lot of victories playing this kind of offense.
Stolen by Dorsch. He didn't get everything on that pass he wanted to. Belt is fouled on the floor, so we'll shoot some free ones. This is where the free throws come into play, or the bonus comes into play, I should say. Foul is on Jordan Bowles, his 2nd. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good. Coach, this is a very funny game. We talk about it all the time, but the Eagles kind of shot their way out of that contest against Tinley by missing free throws at the line. Tonight, a strong opportunity for them to get back into this game is going to be by succeeding at the charity stripe. They've done so for most of this game.
Yeah, I only have them down to missing 1 of their 5 that they have taken, so very much better, much improved. Now you're down to 5. This is where they've had a hard time. Travel.
There's a turnover forced, but you're right. There's been a number of times this season where they've been so close to knocking on the door to making it even a possession game, and then rug gets pulled out from under.
And you feel like, as looking at this game, you look at it, they go over the top, they could probably secure that because the momentum will carry them off. Here's a wild pass out of bounds.
And Coleman adjusted that whole pass because he took away the passing lane at the last minute. Dorsch couldn't get around him. The pass was a little wild by Colvin, and you squander that turnover that Park Tudor gave you with a turnover of your own. Glenn all the way and scores. J.C. Glenn with 6, and they've been a big 6.
How about the power dribble? Nice job.
Like a Mack truck coming down the side of the lane. Lead back to 7. Neal might have pushed off. Oh, they did a hand check on Archie. Whew. That'll be his third, I believe. Now 1-1 back in effect. That's where you got to hit your free throws. Neal has 6 points all in this quarter, all from the left corner three.
Back-to-back, if I remember correctly.
Front end is clean. That's the 9th team foul on the Panthers, so any fouls by them the rest of the way are 2 shots. Neal knocks them both down. 5-point game. 3:51 left to go. Glenn controls in between the circles. Now Coleman initiated some contact there. No shot, says the official. Be signed out of bounds. Foul is on A.J. Neal. Tonight's game brought to you by the IHSAA Sportsmanship Program. We want to thank our fans for their continued commitment to promote good sportsmanship. Remember, the folks in the black and white shirts are doing this job for our student athletes. Be respectful. We thank you. Bowles. Pass to Coleman for 3. In and out. Eagles fortunate there. Colvin pushes ahead. Miles almost got his pocket picked. Beautiful find inside to Wiggins, his fellow sophomore. Andrew with 4. It's a 3-point game.
Man, oh man.
And what a poised move there by Colvin. He didn't panic. He didn't force a shot up. He waited and found the open man.
He didn't play as a sophomore, did he?
No, he
didn't. He didn't play like a sophomore.
There's a nice rejection by Wiggins, but a foul on the floor beforehand. That's the 7th team foul now, I believe, on the Eagles. Could be their 6th. Wait for confirmation. It is their 6th. So any fouls the rest of the way by the Eagles will lead to 1-1 opportunities for the Panthers. It's some good, clean defense, Coach, if you're an Eagles fan.
Yeah, and you got to guard Coleman.
They sent a double there to Coleman. Are they able to make him pay? No, everybody's back set. Archie at Colvin, a lot of contact, and they'll say Colvin got him with the body. That's Miles' 4th. The way this game's going, that's big because now Miles can't play as physical anymore without risking getting DQ'd. He gave a nod over to the bench. I think they reminded him he's got 4 now. Free throw long, though, so not the worst foul there, at least in terms of the situation. They'll take Coleman out with 20. Bring in Keyshawn Taylor.
I think you're only going to have Coleman out for maybe a minute. Not even that. Maybe 45 seconds.
Missed them both.
Wow.
Colvin up ahead to Wiggins. He's got a little bit of daylight. Now hits the break. Back to Miles. He'll hold and reset. Eagles can tie with a 3 or cut it to 1. Miles going to work. Kicks it. Belt. Extra pass. Neal puts it on the deck and he lost it. Not sure that's what you wanted there. Pass up ahead. Johnson kicks right side, and the Panthers will wisely bring it back out.
Brilliant.
Now a pull-up jumper off the mark. Rebound 1 by Glenn. Goes up strong. Misfired. Now Dorsch has it. It's a 2-on-2. 3-on-1 now. Up to Wiggins, and he lost it. Dorsch had Wiggins coming up the left wing. Led him a bit too far. The sophomore could not pull it down. And the lead stays 3. Timeout taken by Park Tudor. Waiting for confirmation on a full 30. Looks like it's a 30-second timeout. We'll stay here. Tonight's game brought to you by Officially Human. Our foundational goal is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the fields and courts. Check out our website at officiallyhuman.com.
Don't forget, Tuesday night is sectional night, girls sectional. Sectional 27, we'll have that for you. 6 and 8 o'clock on the network. Also, sectional 59, the Class A sectional down at Indianapolis Lutheran. At the same times, it's 6 and 8 o'clock. Join us at 5:45 for our pregame show. We'll be ready to go. Girls sectional. And then Thursday, a load of varsity boys because Friday is semifinal sectional on Friday night. and we'll be back on the girls' side, and then the championship games on the girls and early games on the boys. Total of 22 games on the networks of IndianaSRN. Going to be busy next couple of days.
It's going to be a very busy stretch of days. Looking forward to every ounce of it. We mentioned it a couple times already in the broadcast, but crazy to believe that girls' sectional play is already upon us. The boys' tournament will be starting before we know it. Out of the timeout, Panthers all the way to the rim, and one. Malachi Archie into double figures now, and a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. Panthers now lead by 5. It's a nice drive out of the timeout, Coach.
Yep. I'm sure he designed that play just like that.
Eagles have had their opportunities here down the stretch. Still plenty of time, though. Less than 2 to go in regulation. That one's off the mark.
Boy, free throws are going to hurt you.
That was the story for the Eagles on Friday. They were on the wrong side of it. Been on the strong side tonight. Dorsch works it around.
You got to come up high. There you go.
Forced the pass. It's stolen away. No Colvin out there right now with 90 to go with those 4 fouls.
I think you'll see him here coming right back, though.
Johnson powered through, and a blocking foul is called against Heritage Christian. That'll go against Andrew Wiggins, his third. 1-and-1 opportunity, last one for either team. Story of this, go ahead.
Coven
back to the ball game. Yeah. Good eye, Coach. Story of this ball game has been missed free throws by the Panthers, even though they're up by 5. Johnson hoping to right the ship at the line. That one's in and out and back in. Front end of the 1-and-1. Or excuse me, it's an and-one opportunity, excuse me. Nope, belt fooled me. I was right the first time. It was a 1-and-1. I'll have one more.
They have 3 of 7 right now.
And up by 6. Been very fortunate. That scoring drought the Eagles had, a big factor in that. Makes them both.
Now, with 1:20 to play, you have to be perfect.
4-0 run. Colvin will bring it up. Around a screen from Belt. Miles all the way. And one. Count the basket. Miles Colvin. A little continuation there, perhaps. We're down to 5.
Oh, no. How does he get that? Yes, please. I mean, he gets fouled.
I think that was better than the one you were upset about the other day.
Yeah, but it's still, I mean, you get fouled at the top of the
Now,
key.
here's where I'll be upset. I don't know what we're discussing here, but let's just entertain the idea that we're talking about changing this.
Well, you can't. You counted it, right?
I mean, I've seen crazier things happen.
That's true.
They didn't give him the ball yet.
Coven tucks in his shirt and says, come on, ref, let me tuck it all the way in here.
Miles a chance to make this a 4-point game.
2 nights in a row where he has got the continuation.
Gets it to go, and a timeout called by Heritage Christian. It's a full timeout. We'll stay here. 1:15 left to go in this final quarter. Panthers lead it by 4. Coach, adjustments you'd like to see from the Eagles in this timeout?
Well, I mean, you're down by 4. So if you're Park Tudor, I think Park Tudor is going to try to stretch this out a little bit, make you foul him. And then if you're fortunate to foul them and they knock down, miss the free throws, then you're right back into this thing. I would not foul right away. I would play a real aggressive defense and hopefully get stopped in a passing lane. If you're Heritage Christian, you just need 2 stops. And shoot, you have COVID in the game. Him alone can knock down some shots for you.
Well, the other note, though, is when you're playing that game of when do I foul, when don't I foul, somebody has to be reminding Miles in that huddle, you have 4. You commit it, his scoring doesn't matter anymore. He's fouled out of the ballgame.
That's good. That's exactly a good point. And do you play offensive defense here? Do you put somebody in on the defensive end to maybe play defense and then put him in offensively. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do to do this.
The Eagles have at least one timeout left. I'm worrisome of playing that at this stage of the game. I think you need to trust the sophomore to be disciplined because you might get a situation where you're not able to get him back into the ball game. To hit a critical shot. 4-point game, Panthers with the basketball.
What I like is you took about 9 seconds off the clock to bring the ball down the floor.
Skip pass, a risky one,
See?
And it's
right
loose.
There.
Neal has it. Tried to scoop it up to Colvin. Bodies everywhere. And what's the call? I think it's a foul on the Eagles.
And it looks like...
Oh, it's a timeout. The Panthers got a timeout out of that.
Wow.
Chaos everywhere. All started with that risky pass.
This is interesting right here. To dive here. Ooh, gave him a timeout. I don't know, Jimmy. So now you have to go check on your player, on Colvin, because he is still down on the ground here. Look at the bench of Park Tudor.
On top of that, Coach, now that you're in the Park Tudor huddles, we gave you that shot, as you just mentioned. You got to be hoping for crisper passes, I think, if you're negotiating what to do these final 54 seconds.
The other things you do, if you're going to pass the ball, you got to go to the basketball.
Right.
We talk about this all the time. Young kids have a habit of not doing it as well. I'm teaching my granddaughters to go to the basketball when they're going to go get the pass. You just have to do that. But that's basketball IQ. That's coming with both of these teams because, frankly, both of them have given things away they should not have given away tonight.
You said the Panthers 3 of 7 from the line tonight. With your internal clock being where it's at, 54.8 left to go in this one. How soon before you're initiating a foul?
Now. Okay.
That's fair. Straight and direct. Not going for the steal, just go for the foul off the bat.
Well, you got 50 because strange things can happen for you.
They get it in to Johnson, and he's tied up and fouled.
I like the head bop for the foul.
Ronald Johnson had the charity stripe. He struggled from the line, though he's had a small number of attempts, but have unofficially 1 of 4 from the line tonight. Puts that one in.
This just in on the other game that was on the network tonight. Greenwood Christian beats International School 72-62. Skyle McCorkle had 24.
Man.
He's lighting it up lately.
Been on a strong tear. One more for Johnson. That one's good. Redeems himself and makes them both.
That Greenwood Christian girls team is in action tomorrow night, 6 o'clock against Indianapolis Tinley. You can catch it right here on IndianaSRN. Sectional 59. Also got Sectional 27 here at Heritage Christian tomorrow night, 6 and 8 o'clock. Join us, will you, please?
Dorsch trying to create. Gives to Riegel. Now belt controls. A lot of time coming off. And now the Eagles call a timeout.
See, you took, 15 seconds off the clock. Now you call the timeout. Boy, this is tough sledding here because you really need to knock down some threes.
And obviously we're not going to speculate on anything, but you're exactly right, Coach. I don't see Miles anywhere in that.
Yeah, I don't see him in the huddle at all.
So you're having to operate without your star sophomore. And it looked like, for whatever reason, in that particular moment, the Eagles weren't ready offensively, letting way too much time tick off. 2-possession game. As you like to point out, though, you don't necessarily need the 3 right away.
No.
So time is your enemy.
Take a look at the schedules coming up for Park Tudor. They will play International School, the team that Greenwood Christian just beat, on the 4th of February, and then on the 6th, their rival Buff. For Heritage Christian, they're right back at it. We have them against Guerin on the 4th, and then they play Pendleton Heights on the 6th. They were slated to play University, but that game has now been to Pendleton Heights, and we have both of those on the family and networks. So check out our local listing on our website.
Dorsch trying to force the issue, gives over to Cobb. Beautiful cut by Riegel, and he's fouled.
You got to get your hands off of him in the square.
It's going to go against Bowles. And it'll give Riggle a chance for some free ones. The clock stopped. Double bonus in effect. It'll be 2 shots. Make it a 4-point game if he knocks both down. 21.9 to go here in this final quarter. A dangerous stretch in the schedule for the Eagles. Misfire on that one. As you mentioned, their upcoming matchups, Coach, they could easily find themselves in a 4-game losing streak if they're not careful.
Pendleton Heights will be very tough. That Guerin Catholic game I'm looking forward to because they are matched up very, very well. Guerin Catholic playing very well lately.
Great Circle City Conference matchup. Riggle splits the pair, 5-point game.
It is a fun conference, isn't it?
One of the most entertaining ones and I think underappreciated ones in the state across all sports. Panthers quickly get it up ahead, and a foul committed by the Eagles. We'll shoot some more. It'll be J.C. Glenn at the line.
John McLemore's first foul of the night.
I don't feel that we glossed over, but whatever was wrong with Miles Coleman, obviously we hope he's okay.
Yep.
Want some prayers out to him. Clean at the line is Glenn. 7 points for him.
He's a young man that will bounce back because he definitely wants to play, and he is a player.
Such a bright young future he has.
Now, if you're Park Tudor, you have enough points to win. Don't foul.
Clock is your friend. 7-point game. McLemore forcing the issue. That's the kind of drive I wanted 40 seconds ago. When we mentioned how there was 15 to 30 seconds that they let take off.
Right.
You needed that kind of assertive drive just a couple possessions ago. Either way, Coach, there was at one point in time where they were down 15 in this ball game, and they never faded away from this. They cut it all the way down to, at one point, it was a 3-point game at 41-38. Since then, they've been outscored 8-6.
And let's remember also that last year in this situation, they couldn't muster those things. And this year, they're young. They're a very young ball club, so they're learning. Coach Walls is teaching them his way of playing, the way that he wants it done. And, this is the second game. If they finish out and lose this game, this is a second game that they never quit. They kept playing. And, down by 15, 16, and still came back and was competitive in tonight. And, you don't get any prizes for being competitive, but it will teach you, because I tell you, games like this during sectional time, you'll learn how to win games like this.
Well, you and I harp on it so often that you're doing yourself a disservice by not scheduling games that are going to put you in stressful situations.
Correct.
Because, yes, the regular season is very valuable. We're not saying that, but if your goal is to win a sectional or win a regional or win a state title, whatever the case may be, you need to be ready for those type of stressful situations come March.
You're right.
Panthers get it in. Johnson has it, and he's fouled with 5.6 to go. They'll all but put this one in the cooler. Lead is 5 for the Panthers. Johnson can make it 7.
Park Tudor will go 7-6 on the year. Heritage Christian will go to 6-5.
And we talked about how crazy it is that they
played
with the new stadium, every game on the road, it's going to be a 5-game win streak.
Oh. I don't care what level you play. That's amazing.
And that goes to what you said earlier. We just said a few seconds ago about scheduling, and first free throw is good there, about scheduling and making sure that you're not doing yourself a disservice. Well, all those 4A schools they played in close contests have prepared them for late game situations like this at the back end of the regular season.
Yep.
Second free throw good. 7-point game. Pass quickly. Riggle into McLemore. They'll let him go all the way to the rim. And he missed the layup at the horn. Panthers go into Heritage Christian. And even though this was at one point a 41-38 game, they outscored the Panthers down the home stretch 10-6 to win this one on the road. As Coach mentioned, improved to 7-6 on the season. Meanwhile, the Eagles fall to 6-5 and now dropped their third straight. and are going to be searching for some adjustment and some answers as they take on Guerin Catholic here in 3 days. Coach, final thoughts for both teams, starting with the Panthers, who lead this one wire to wire.
Well, first of all, the impressiveness of not having a home gymnasium and have won 5 straight. That's pretty impressive. And, they played well. They played well enough to win this one wire to wire for Heritage Christian. Once again, you just come ready to play, and you just fall a little short tonight. So you look at the final score, it was a lot closer than 51-44, but a pretty good ball game right here tonight.
I want to remind you that unlike most broadcasters, IndianaSRN's funding comes primarily from donations and school subscriptions. Help us put more kids on TV by contacting us. Send an email to coach@indianasrn.org or go to indianasrn.org and hit that donate button on the website. IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game, we thank you. And as Coach mentioned earlier in the broadcast, plenty of action coming the next couple days, particularly as the calendar switches to sectional play for girls basketball.
Looking forward to tomorrow night. Should be a lot of fun. 4 games for you right here on the Family and Networks. All begins at about 5:50, and 2 games for you from Sectional 59 and Sectional 27. Looking forward to this weekend.
That's the Coach Keith Myers. Want to thank Troy and Casey, doing a great job tonight as always. Our final score on this one: the Panthers defeat Heritage Christian on the road 51-44. For all of our staff and crew, I'm Jimmy Cook saying until we talk to you next time, so long, everybody.